Hey, what is up, everybody? SweatahVest here, and today I'm going to do the very first episode of my boss guide series that I talked about in my update video about last week. So before we get into it, let me tell you guys a little bit about it. I'm going to be covering different games, but I won't be doing the games concurrently, and by that I mean one video may be covering, say, Final Fantasy, which today's episode is going to be on, but the next episode will not necessarily be Final Fantasy again. It may be a different game, but the goal is to hopefully complete all the bosses in whatever games I start. So keep that in mind. Next week's episode, or whenever that episode's going to be, might not be Final Fantasy. But for today, we are going to be doing Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, and we're going to be covering the very first boss, who is going to be Firemane. So to start off with, Firemane is a boss that you're going to fight in the Garam Waterway, and you're going to encounter him during the main story. I'm going to pull up a picture of the map right now so you guys can see exactly where you fight Firemane. That way you guys aren't caught unaware. I'm also going to put up my gambits, my licenses, my stats, and my equipment right now so you guys can see what level I am, what kind of items and stuff I'm using. More specifically, what kind of licenses and jobs I'm using for my characters, so you guys can kind of model your characters after mine if you want. And then I'm also going to show you guys my gambits. The gambits are important, that way you guys can have a strategy going into the fight. And I'm going to be showing this in every episode I do for Final Fantasy XII, so keep that in mind. Now, going into the fight, what I'd always recommend whenever you start a boss fight in Final Fantasy XII is to start off by using Steel. So manually select Vaughn, Balthier, and Fran, and set them to use Steel against Firemane. Steel's a really good skill because it'll let you get pretty rare items from boss, and it's just always a smart idea to try to get the best items you can. You want to keep going for Steel because it might not succeed all the time. You're going to keep wanting to do Steel until it actually succeeds. You know it's successful once the prompt at the top says Firemane has nothing else to steal, so look out for that. Once that happens, the game should automatically switch into attack mode based on gambits, but if it doesn't, go ahead and manually select attack and target Firemane with all your characters. At this point, the boss fight really isn't that difficult. Just let the gambit system take over and auto fight. If you have the gambit set up like I did, every time that one of your character's HP falls below a certain limit, Amalia and I think Fran are going to go ahead and cure the party. The only time that you're going to have to be careful of your HP is Firemane's AoE attack. About 50% health, Firemane is going to use an attack called Bushfire, and it's going to affect all allies within a certain radius. And it's going to deal a pretty considerable amount of damage, but if you have your HP topped off throughout the entire fight, you really shouldn't worry. In the event that you do die, just go ahead and pop a Phoenix down. You should have found some by now. If you haven't, you can find some in the Dalmascan Western Sand. No, the Damascus Easter Sand, not Western Sand, Easter Sand. So go ahead and pop one of those to heal up. But besides that, though, the fight isn't going to be too bad. If you want to save time, you can go ahead and use the new feature found in the Zodiac Age, known as the fast forward option. And you can go ahead and speed through the fight on 2 times or 4 times to get it over with quickly. But besides that, there really isn't much to the fight. If you guys enjoyed or this helped out, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.